GM, ladies and gentlemen. So I thought I'll make something for you guys, which about yesterday. So yesterday we had a very boring day. In case you're wondering, so yesterday was a boring day because there was no volume in the market. Why was there no volume in the market? Because Monday London sessions are usually dry, and then the New York session was completely dry because there was a holiday in the US. There was a bank holiday in the US, right? So I want to tell you guys something very, very important. So let's say, and this is extremely important for you to get good trades, for you to get good A plus setups. Okay. So like for example, let's say I shared a few scenarios yesterday with you guys where I said that if the price breaks below this, we go short. Okay. If the price was somewhere here, if the price comes down, does this, we go short. Okay, perfect. If the price goes above, does this, and then we go short. If let's say that didn't happen, that happened at late at night yesterday, but let's say that happened in the London session, I would still not go short here. You know why? For I would not go short because this chart, if you look here, it's very congested. It's a very dirty chart. So if I went short here, there is this support, there is this support, there is this support. So there are three obstacles for my trade. On top of that, the risk to reward ratio was also not favorable, right? So let's say if I went short somewhere here at the break of this, let's say I keep a 2 pip stop loss as usual. This was a 2.24, right? Considering that this and this and this doesn't come in the middle, which is again a very big stress for traders. So this would not be an A plus setup. This would actually be a B setup for me because the chart was not clean. The price traveled in the opposite direction and then it is going down. So for me, what an A plus setup looks like, and this is something that is very important for you to understand. So this is what an A plus setup looks like for me, right? So let's go down to the 15-minute time frame. This is what I'm talking about. So let's say there's this support over here, right? And let's assume that this was the London Open. This was 11 a.m. Indian time, or whatever you want to call it, 11 a.m., 12 p.m. Indian time. And this was the support. So this is what an A plus setup for me looks like, right? The support price went up, came down, went up, lower high, consolidated over here, gave a beautiful break, and look at the charts on the left. Pretty clean chart, right? Pretty clean chart over here. So there's all the way from down here only this particular support which is an obstacle. If this breaks, and again this one is also not a strong support level. Why? Because this support did not create a higher high. This tells me that this support is a weak support. This is a weak demand level, right? So price comes down from here, doesn't even respect this level, comes down all the way and finally respects this particular level, which was responsible for creating this entire up move push. So this is what an A plus setup for me would look like. And if I would have, let's say, taken up that trade, and let's say, I mean, this is still hindsight, but let's say I went short somewhere here with a 20 pip stop loss, which would be 14. So go to the 5 minute to get a better entry. So if this would have broken, I would have went short somewhere here with the stop loss above this candle high, which is a bigger stop loss than usual, but just for example's sake, for the sake of the example. So now even this is pretty much the same risk to reward ratio, but the difference is that this trade got completed in less than, I would say, 30 minutes, right? While this trade would have taken the entire night. Why? Because of the same reason that the chart is congested, right? So this is how you spot A plus setups. So the number one thing that you look at is clear structure towards the downside. Let's say if your bias is short, the structure should be very clear towards the downside. There should be a consolidation before the break, and the chart on the left there should be a clean chart like this. There should not be multiple obstacles. There should not be multiple supports and resistance and all of that. If all of this is there, then I would love to call that an A plus setup. So for example, let's talk about today. So today, this chart is pretty clean. If you see over here, the price straight up went. So this chart is pretty clean. So if this breaks, let's say if price breaks below 2490.5, we've got a 30 pip, almost 35 pip clean range, right? So if you can enter with a 15 pip stop loss, that is a easy 1:2. So this is what but again, this is not an A plus setup in my opinion, because the range is too small. This is good for a scalp, not for a proper trade. So I hope you guys understand. I hope you guys get the point. And this is exactly what I would look at if I was trading. And this is how I'm able to maintain a very high win rate while making sure I make good money.